to get this type of profiling early on in the hopes that we can start one of these targeted agents first. And so that has been exciting, and each year at our research conference in the summertime, we find more of these, and there's more and I'd say more effective and better tolerated drugs. So it's slow going, but we are making progress. What I really thought, though, was the home run of this past year is kind of what we think is the holy grail of oncology, using the patient or the person's immune system to attack the cancer itself. This is something that scientists and doctors have been working on for years. And at first it was a vaccine. It was, we need a vaccine for this. We need to somehow get the immune system to recognize the cancer as foreign and attack. And I will say that, for one, I was one of the biggest non-believers, because for years I looked at this and said, again, the cancer is you. This is not a virus. It's easier to get the immune system to attack a virus or a bacteria or something that really is foreign. But at the end of the day, these are the patient's lung cells. And so how to get the immune system to attack the cells without attacking the rest of the body has been a real challenge. Well, this year, they discovered a protein on the cancer cell wall that signals the immune system to leave it alone, and they call it PD-L1. And it is something that normal cells will express, and the cancer cells have figured out how to show this so that it's a way of escaping the immune system. And they have devised antibodies to block those proteins. And so these are early studies, but we found that in a what we call a phase 1 study that was with cancers of all different walks of life. There was kidney cancer and colon cancer. The subset of lung cancer patients did remarkably well. There were some people that this antibody knocked the cancer down, and it was quiet for almost 3 years plus. And some of these patients had received 4 or 5 lines of chemotherapy and were really in dire straits. And this antibody really knocked it down. And of course, the study was ongoing, but there were some people that at almost the 3-year mark still had no evidence of progression of disease. And this was very, very exciting. And so they are now working on bigger studies, because obviously there's no free lunch with these medications. There's always potential side effects that we have to make sure that we know and understand and can help prevent. And so the second and stage 2 and stage 3 studies are now rolling out in the hopes that we can get these effective treatments to the people who need them. And so that really was, I think, the biggest news over the past year. Because prior to that, we really have not seen that lung cancer was particularly immunogenic. I mean, just the immune system, just ignore it. So now we have to figure out how best to use these agents, okay? Meaning that, should we do it before we get chemotherapy? Should we do it as adjuvant treatment after somebody has had a cancer surgically removed? Would giving it afterwards help improve the cure rate? And so these are the questions that we are asking and are trying to get the answers to with these clinical trials, which is why it's essential that we have these clinical trials. Clinical trials are the only way that we really figure out how things work better than what we have now. And it's a challenge, because these clinical trials sound scary. Our legal system has got a hold of the consent forms, so they're always 50-page documents that have every potential adverse event known to man. And I read them and it scares me. But unfortunately, this is the only way we can prove that these medicines actually work better. Because I got to tell you, we see a lot of success in the laboratory, and it just does not translate to human beings. Human beings are not rats. And as my mentor would say, we can cure small cell lung cancer in a rat, but yet we have still, not been able to improve upon therapy for our small cell lung cancer patients, even over the last years. Having this, type of communication, of spreading the word that, this is a big problem and we need to face it. And again, and I love this, I was on the website earlier this week, and I was watching this, and I was looking through, all the information that was provided, and it's very exciting because it can't just be you had smoked or you smoked and therefore you deserve it. There are a lot of patients out there that never smoked a day in their life and got this. And there are people that, as I was talking to a new patient I saw today, she was smoking back in the time when, everybody was. And, the military gave them cigarettes along with their C rations and K rations. And, people in the 60s, before the Surgeon General. And she got the message and quit. But why this cancer rears its ugly head, 30, 40 years later, we don't know. Do you know I got it? All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home. Hey, mister, when you get home, just a little bit. Oh, yeah, just a little bit. I ain't gonna be wrong while I know. I ain't gonna be wrong 'cause I don't wanna. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home. Hey, sugar, when you get home.
love to be involved because I know the journey. Thank you so much for having me. Have a wonderful evening.
We wanted to use the arts to help push our message about lung cancer and prevention. So we have a few designers that put together some t-shirts that are helping display our message. So it's a little bit of a contest. So the ladies are going to come down and we're going to see what they have.
Good night, everyone. Like you said, my name is Smith. I'm the creative designer for King Daughters Couture. Right now, you can find on Facebook. The website is being work in progress right now. Yes. Okay. Well, as you can see, I wanted to take it a step further, and I actually wanted to create a whole outfit. The inspiration was the jewels. Right now, with my line, what I'm working with is stones and feathers and stuff like that. So I wanted to use that and incorporate it for the design. What it is actually two lungs. As you can see, they're red. It's still life into it and stuff like that. What the black stones represent that of, you know, the cancer and smoking and stuff like that. But they're still light. And the white crystals represent breath, air. There's still possibility. There's still a chance. And stuff like that. And of course, you have a beautiful model, and it happens with them too. You know, they come from the show, they come give, and they go about their business, almost like nothing. Half of them actually, one of the reasons why most of them really smoke, it actually helps them stay smaller, skinnier. And, you know, and there's the cause. I think this is a great cause. I shared my story. My mother at one point was actually, she smoked when she was like in her late 20s due to stress from a bad marriage. So when she left him, she stopped. And to this day, she is never touched it. She's good. And I just thank God for that. And this opportunity. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lindsay. Before I begin, I'd like to say thank you for giving me a chance. And